back in our additive room today on our Matsuura Lumex Advanced 25 printer. I'm excited to say, since our last video in here, we've been printing golf clubs non-stop. So we're gonna step up our game with a new machine and our new machinist Jacob to help me out in here. Now, there's a few differences between the new machine and this one. The new machine is set up for reactive materials like titanium and aluminum, which present some safety concerns that I'm gonna walk you guys through today. But first, a little history on the Lumex line of printers. So it all started in the early 90s when Panasonic came to Matsuura with one question: can you put a CNC mill inside of a 3D printer? Out of that partnership, the M-Photon 25Y was born. It's grown into the current Lumex line that we're running today, which is the world's first true hybrid metal 3D printer. The main application that Matsuura had in mind when creating these machines was specifically for the mold making industry. They wanted to find a way to eliminate or greatly reduce costly and time-consuming EDM work. So how we accomplish that is by printing 10 layers of material, which is about 20 thousandths. We continue to alternate between printing and machining until the full height of our part is completed. These machines have a 45K spindle with a vacuum hose attached to it. This hybrid additive subtractive process enables geometries and features impossible with machining alone or pure 3D printing alone. Deep slots, microscopic lattice structures, hidden cooling channels, features that would normally require multiple setups or EDM can be done all at once inside the Lumex. For programming the Lumex machines, Matsuura provides a dedicated CAM software called Lumex Cam. I've been really happy with how streamlined and user-friendly it is. It combines the machining and laser processes into one software, making it super easy to output a program and run it straight on the machine. Anytime you have material in powder form, there's a fire and possible explosion risk. So when we're printing, we do it in an environment that has as close to zero oxygen as we can get. When we're printing something like 316 stainless, we use a nitrogen generator to accomplish that. When printing titanium, we can't use nitrogen because it would create impurities in our finished product. So in place of it, we use argon. It's a noble gas that won't bond or react with anything in our chamber. During the laser fusion process, fume is discharged into the build chamber. It's essentially smoke that can build up. On the non-reactive machine, we have a fume collector that removes those particles using static electricity. But on the reactive machine, that static could pose an ignition risk. So we use a vacuum-based system to safely pull those particles out of the build chamber and through these filters. So after each build, we want to recover and then reuse any powder that we can. Matsuura offers a closed-loop powder recovery system as an add-on to these machines. So we use a combination vacuum and power sieve system here. We're able to vacuum the powder into this chamber and feed it directly into the power sieve, which then produces totally reusable powder for our next build. This is an industrial stainless steel vibratory screening system designed specifically for fine metal powders. It uses controlled vibration to separate oversized particles and contaminants while maintaining very consistent powder size distribution. The built-in VacuumMax vacuum also allows us to transfer powder directly from the build chamber into the sieve in a closed, contained process. After every build, there's going to be a small amount of contaminated powder that can't be reused. We need a safe way to dispose of it, and that's where our DiPierco explosion-proof vacuum comes in. It has a Z22 rating, which means it's safe to use in hazardous environments and carries no ignition risk. So those are the major differences between a reactive and non-reactive 3D printer. If you want more information about these machines, head on over to our website at titansofcnc.com or contact Keith at titansofcnc.com directly. If you like this video and want to see more, subscribe to our channel. I'll see you guys on the next one.
And I'm not sure what to do with my hands.